time here, we want to thank you so very much for joining us. If this is not your first time here, thank you so much for joining us every morning. Again, this is the ATSJR Company's daily morning meetings where we talk all things business, and Antonio comes out and he gives us the plan for what we're going to be doing, or he tells us, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, or he lays out why he's doing what he is doing for you to take notes and apply it to your companies. We want to thank each and every one of you for coming. Invite others so that they can get the same type of information that you are receiving as well, and they can grow their companies or assist the companies that they're currently working in. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would...
There you go.
Okay. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to our CEO, Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr.
All right, Grand Rising, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We are grateful as usual. Today, we're talking about using one day to get 8 months ahead. I don't mean that in general. I mean that for this company. So maybe you can figure out how to do that for yourself with the things that I will be saying here. And we'll go there. Let's do some overview things real quick so we can have an understanding, because I'm mostly talking to all you folk that have your camera off. They're supposed to have your camera on. I'm mostly talking to you folk here. And let's see. I need to remind you, Grace, you're fine. You're going to the post office to mail some off. So you just stay bundled up. You look like an Inuit person.
She is sure enough bundled up.
Yes, all the way bundled up, and it is cold out there for sure. I'm gonna have to go back to my aggressive stance of y'all need to be ready early. You know what time it is. So whatever has you late, you need to do it 30 minutes earlier. You need to do it 30 minutes earlier. How you do anything is how you do everything. Anywho, a few reminders. That's what I want to do. I want to do a few reminders. I want to do about 5 reminders so I can push everybody to the same level of thinking. Okay. Oh, yes. No problem. No problem. Please continue to take care of loved ones, and all is well. All is well. Please continue to take care of loved ones. Let's bring up the law of compensation first before I tell you why we are in business. Actually, Diana, you read that for me, please.
The law of compensation. The amount of money you earn is always in exact ratio to 1, the need for what you do, 2, your ability to do it, and 3, the difficulty there is in replacing you.
All right, good. So what we need to do is you all need to be focused on, if you want to make more money, is there a need? And does that need continue to increase for what you do? And are you getting better at that need to increase what you do? And is there a difficulty in replacing you in what you do? These 3 things are key. I want to give you 3 more things, so to speak. Or is it 3? I guess it's 3. Anyway. Now, how can you... where do you fit in all these things? A lot of you have pricing problems. Let me back up again. I am talking about ATS, and I want to say a lot of things today, and I want to use today to push us 8 months ahead of the competition, so to speak. And I need to frame your thinking, because if you are not trying to increase your ability to know whatever you know, if you are Tempest and not attempting to be a better Tempest, if you're a Damali and not attempting to be a better Damali, and I don't mean this metaphorically, I don't mean it passively, I mean, by the time you go to bed, your brain hurts because you've done better than you've ever done before. And of course, the people I just named, and Frida, and Grace, and Diana can testify that is exactly what they have been doing for at least a week. All of you need to be increasing your ability to earn. And that comes with perfecting your craft. Will Smith says you don't build a brick wall. You put one brick as perfectly as you can, and then you do it again. Hopefully you will be hearing me, because today is an important meeting, because I want stuff and I am aggressive in my wantings. And this is a great time for you to, I don't know, be more like me in this case or something. I have no idea however you need to translate that into action, but I have no intentions on going down today without having moved 8 months in 24 hours. Actually, less than 24 hours. So I guess 1 8-hour workday, I should move ahead 8 months. And then moving myself, moving the company, and moving a bunch of people, which is quite difficult because these people have egos. These people have agendas. These people have families. These people have responsibilities. They have parents. They have children, and they have birthdays. And in 8 months, all these people will be affected. And I still say all these people need to be quantum leaped 8 months ahead in 8 days. So obviously there's a lot of things we're going to do and a lot of things to discuss. Is it possible? Yes. Yes, it's possible. As long as Jeff Bezos is making $2 million a second, I don't want to hear nothing. You understand? As long as that has happened, that's what it is. That is amazing. That is amazing. No. You good. Thank you for telling me, Tempest. But I figured you have integrity, so I understand. That's amazing, though. Let me pause real quick. I want you to talk about that, if you can, because that's coming up in about 20 minutes. I need you to talk about that because I told you to do that for said reasons. We're gonna lend the microphone to Tip. Actually, hold on, Tempest. Let me finish punching them in the eyebrow with these things here. The amount of money that you intend to make, Margie, comes with your ability to have people need to do what you do. And then you need to increase your ability to do it. And then you need to be irreplaceable. Okay, irreplaceable. Now I want to pace three more things, because you have a pricing problem, don't you? And your pricing is going to come in 3 areas. Is Phil saying, I would teach you to do it yourself? Is Phil saying, I'll teach you to do it with me? Or is Phil saying, I'll teach you to do it, I'll do it for you? These 3 categories have different Phil and Susan Sorrentino price points. You understand? You go, if hey, here you go, take this download, get this assessment, go on back on and see what the end's gonna be. That's a different price point. Oh, I tell you what, we'll meet together once a week, once a month, 3 times a month. That's a different price point. You just sit back, tell me what you need, we'll build it. That's a whole different price point. So if you're struggling with pricing, I need you to categorize what you're doing there and how you're doing. So I gave you the how, and now I'm giving you, I guess, the what. What do you put your prices at in these areas? Tempest, please talk, because you are living proof of what just happened, of what the hell I've been trying to tell everybody this whole time. Go ahead.
Okay, so Saturday morning, Antonio called me and was like, you need to write articles for Mexit today.
And was that nice?
No, you were direct. Well, you wasn't me. You was Antonio. Sergeant Smith is who I got on the phone.
I was like, I'm going. I don't know about you, but go ahead, Tim. Go ahead.
So I wrote 2 articles just to keep him quiet. And it's true. Wrote 2 articles to keep him quiet, right? He was pleased, and I went on by my day. Well, a recruiter from a company called Cisco saw one of my articles.
Hold on right there. Who knows who Cisco is?
I know exactly who Cisco is.
I do.
If you ever go any professional
Yes.
building, college or something, they got all the phones in the center. They like Xerox. If it's made, it's them. They did it. Okay, go ahead, Tempest.
So she saw one of my articles that Antonio posted on LinkedIn because I didn't post it on LinkedIn. And she asked me, was I interested in a position or interested in applying for a position? So, yeah, I told her yes. So she's sending stuff over to me and we'll see how that goes. But had I not listened, I wouldn't have this conversation this morning. Now, that's why my camera was off at 8.
Congratulations, Tempest. That's awesome. Awesome.
Woo, way to go, Tim.
You go Tempest.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Sandals, cut on your
Awesome.
camera real quick because this thing is cut on your camera real quick. Sandals, I told you when I got LinkedIn back reconnected, I told you this is what we need to be posting next. Can you tell them how serious I was and everything that you can remember I told you?
Well, at first it started off as, hey, I want you to post 7 posts every for 7 days, a day for the week. And then he said, no, that's not enough. Okay, so we're gonna do it every day. And so it went up to, I think, 18 posts. And then he said, well, shoot, CNN, man, they post every 15, 30 minutes. So we gonna post 24.
We counted, they posted 11 times in 1 hour.
Right. And he said, so we're gonna post. I said, okay, well, we can post one for every hour. Okay, well then we're gonna do 24 posts. Okay, 24 posts a day. And he said, especially the LinkedIn. We're gonna do Facebook too, but especially the LinkedIn, because that's where the Mexican news audience really is, on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you so much. There I go again, making sense that works out and makes sense. There I go again. Now, I want you to think about something, because I told Tempest, I called and I said, now, Tempest, I told you to post. You ain't post. And I said, here's what you do, blah, blah, blah. Do it your way, do it this way, boom. And of course, her being in the receiving mode, she did it, and now she's getting more offers. Tempest has enough skill sets now to where you can't offer Tempest anything less than $150,000. Was I talking? Did I?
Yes.
Hey, that's a good starting point. That's awesome.
That's the starting point. I like the way you said that. You spoke well just now. Just the starting point, because she has too many skill sets. And a couple of these reasons, 50 Cent says something that I want y'all to hear. It's got a lot of cussing in it, but you still need to hear. It's for a couple of reasons why these things are possible. Because she has improved her ability to earn, and she keeps that up, and she keeps it up, and she keeps it up. I also want you to notice, though, that Mexican news is ours, so you got to come here. I'm not asking Google for nothing. Whether we ever get first page on Google, which apparently twice we have, Deanna said that the other day, I don't care. I don't care if we get to 1 billion people. I don't care. We just gonna properly overserve the people in our community. Well, very well. You understand? This is part of getting ahead 8 months. Today, I'm gonna teach everybody how to be a full stack developer. That's front end, middle end, back end. No doubt, because there are things that I want to do. And I might as well split myself up into 5 pieces. Might as well just multiply myself. Actually, I should say, might as well multiply myself into 5 pieces. That seems to make a tad bit more sense. So congratulations to you, Tempest. Also, equally as important, that ain't the last time it's going to happen. Now I'm going to need you to catch that. It's not the last time it's going to happen. It's just not. It's not the last time it's going to happen. So let me show a video of 50 Cent real quick. I just thought about it as we was talking. Let's see. Let's see. This video has cussing in it if I can find it. I think this is it right here. But I'm going to need you to check this out. If this is it, I do need you to listen to this video. You would be okay with the cussing. You secretly cuss when you stomp your toe on the bed anyway. So it's okay. It's okay. Let's see if this is it.
Shit, stupid. Ain't no school for this shit. You gotta be smart enough to pick up the information as you go. Now the crazy shit is niggas that look like you doing something wrong. Why do wrong? Now motherfuckers say you crazy, nigga call me crazy. You know I be thinking when they say that? Niggas say I'm crazy, I be thinking, yep. I was crazy enough to believe what the fuck I was saying gonna happen was gonna happen. And that's why I was persistent enough and consistent enough to exist now. Feel what I'm saying? So explain to me, like, when I'm coming up, niggas is like, yo, who with him? Like, who he with? Me, nigga. By myself, now I do what the fuck I want to do. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the young niggas love me. They love me. You know why they love me? They think like me. Nigga, we the same. We come up the same corners. We ain't had much. You understand what I'm saying? You just gotta hustle. Nigga, you gotta go hard, man. You see it playing games, man? Niggas got it. I'm gonna get it. Trust me.
Now, later in this interview, you'll be okay with the cussing. You'll be okay. Later in this video, 50 Cent says, you're only going to be as good as the people you talk to for no reason. And then he breaks it down what he's talking about. The people you talk to in your spare time, that's the people you're going to be as good at. Because you shouldn't have no spare time. And when you do, your spare time should always be higher. Your casual conversation should be higher than where you currently are. Now, if you think 50 Cent was inappropriate and the way he was talking or something, if you cannot listen to the message outside of the audience he was talking to, then I will help you out most certainly quickly as possible, because 50 Cent did something that makes no sense. On January 5th this year, 50 Cent showed the Nielsen ratings. Y'all familiar with that? They scan everything and they see who's watching what. So don't worry about it. In Black households, 50 Cent has the top 3 shows on Stars. This is his show. This is his show. And this is his show.
He sure does. Yep. He calls it Power Universe. And it's one that hasn't come out yet, but it's coming out in February. Yes.
And in February, he had a top 4. Say what you want. But he has do you understand the ignorance you must have to go from a drug dealer to a rapper to a movie TV show producer on one of the major networks in the world? The ignorance that you have to have. And if you listen to what he's saying, that's what he's talking about. 50, who you with? Me, because don't nobody else think like me. The young folk like me because they think like me. To have 3 shows on Stars is insane. It's like top rated. To have 3 shows, period, is insane. This folk came put three YouTube videos up on their channel because content ain't easy to make. Right? You can't put 3 YouTube videos up for free, let alone have all the production. And one of these top ranked shows, this is how strategic he was. the Black Money Mafia or whatever it's called, Black Mafia family. He trained the guy 2 years in the head, took him to acting classes before anybody ever knew about the show. So he paid for 2 years acting classes before the show was even known about. And that was super popular. The way he invested himself. Remember, one of the 50 Cent best things he did when he came out was invest in vitamin water.
Mm-hmm.
And then Coca-Cola bought it. And then the rest of his investment history is history, right? And I was watching the interview. I'm not going to say the rappers' names. It don't matter. But I was watching the interview. And they were saying how 50 Cent is irrelevant. 50 Cent is irrelevant. You know, can't put him in a versus battle. He's irrelevant. And I was sad listening to this because I was thinking how Black people, because I was sad for Black people when I was thinking this. So I have to, we like old Kanye, don't like billionaire Kanye. We like old 50, don't like almost billionaire 50. Every time one of our favorite entertainers stop shucking and jiving, we like the old version of that. Like Big Luther.
Yeah, Big Luther, little Luther.
You don't like healthy Luther that starts CEOing. Anyway, bother y'all too much. Read what Cindy said in the chat, y'all, because it's powerful. Come on, read that. All right, Deanna's going to read it. You think on Mike.
Per Antonio's tutelage, I acquired 3 copies of The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. 2 of the copies I gave to my grandnephews for Christmas. One of them said, I heard about this book from 50 Cent. Thus, he was receptive to receive the book.
Really, 50 got with Robert Greene, the 48 Laws of Power author.
Sure did.
And him and Robert Greene wrote the 50th Law. That book came out like 10 years ago or something too. Yeah, this isn't new. That's why it's the 50th Law. But it is a continuation with Robert Greene, not his permission, co-written. Yeah, it's I don't know what to do. So today, you know I read these things. So today we talking about taking one day and getting 8 months ahead. First thing I need y'all, well, I'm sorry. So now I have to repeat all these things I was saying because I need to catch y'all up. The law of compensation says the only way
Antonio.
Yes, sir.
There's one thing you probably didn't know about the 50th law. So when Robert Greene wrote the book with 50, he was so fascinated by what 50 had to offer in terms of his biography and everything that he made the entire book about 50. And then Robert Greene's own publishers had to remind him that he too was a famous author, and the people who weren't music fans, the people who were going to read were readers, and they're going to read it for him as well. So he too should do something about his own work and add some of his strategies. So initially he was just so taken in by 50. He's the author of 48 Laws of Power, and he's talking to 50, and he's so taken in by his charisma and his story that he made the whole book just about 50, and then they had to redo it, and he had to force himself to add his own material.
Yeah, I did not know that for sure. I didn't know that for sure. That's amazing. No, that's absolutely amazing. The 50 is he is the man. Well, y'all need to stop liking when our heroes are poor.
My God.
Y'all need to stop that. I see that a lot. I see that a lot. We love to abandon our heroes when they make it. Because we didn't even say they went pop. They too mainstream now. Y'all know it. You know it. You know it. You know, if Jesus wouldn't have died on the cross, you wouldn't even like him. If Jesus would have went and lived happily ever after, you wouldn't. You just wouldn't. You just wouldn't. If an African,
Antonio.
yes, sir.
No, it's not that he died on the cross; it's that he resurrected 3 days later. The dying part wouldn't have got us, but the resurrection is what made it happen.
Exactly.
What happened I missed something here. Look, I actually printed up your 48 laws of power that you've done and everything else. This is amazing. But where was 49? Did I miss something?
No, there was no 49. He just went straight to 50th law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's a good
At least
book
I'm paying
too.
attention.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that was the conversation. Either 50 had to change his name to 49 cents, or he had to change the name of the book, and they just settled on changing the name of the book.
Increase your ability to earn. And without a doubt, figure out how you're going to categorize yourself in those things I told you. Do it yourself, do it with me, do it for me. In our case, we are going to do a bunch of programming because we're going to set up a foundation where 22,000 people an hour can participate. Is everybody following me? I keep messing up and saying a day. I keep meaning to say 22,000 people an hour. 22,000 people an hour to moving in these directions. So what should businesses do? Well, that's a good question. That's my last preliminary thing. Businesses should essentially do these things right here. Read them for me, Grace. This is what ATS does.
We offer performance for less money and less effort. And every day we will make sure all 3 of these categories improve. Anytime a technology does this, that technology will win out.
I actually he posted it twice, didn't need to. Better performance, 1. Less money, 2. Less effort, 3. And every day, Antonio tries to figure out how to get better at all 3 of those. I need you to get this. This is the holy grail of it all. I have us broken down to a better performance. And I don't just mean internally, because sometimes it does apply internally. Less money and less effort. It is not that I'm trying to save money. It's I'm trying to save money to acquire new customers. That's a completely different thing. Completely different thing, because acquiring customers is quite expensive. And I'm always attempting to save more money. That's why I put out way a lot of things for free, because it's easier to spend money on that end and then ethically bribe people into come and join it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Today, ladies, starting at 10 o'clock, yes, 10 o'clock, you will start programming. Yes. Does this please thee? Yes, so y'all pleased? Yeah,
we're ready.
All right, good. Well, let me tell you what languages you're going to start learning today. Well, actually, tell me what languages y'all have been learning so far.
We've learned Java. We've learned Azure. Azure.
HTML.
Yeah, we'll learn HTML. We did Azure these past few days. And I've been doing it as well for data purposes.
All right, good. Today, y'all going over all this. Read out loud, Grace.
HTML, JS.
JavaScript.
Okay, JavaScript, CSS.
The stuff that makes your website look pretty is design. Keep going.
PHP.
Mute your mic. Think of PHP as short code to longer code. Facebook and WordPress are heavily in PHP. PHP is Antonio saying, I want this done now. And then Tempest and Deanna comes behind me and say, this is what he really meant, y'all. If you can go get these things, that's HTML. HTML explains what I just barked out. PHP is the barking out of orders. It makes your code faster. Go ahead.
MySQL.
MySQL.
Okay, I thought it was
MySQL.
No, she's right though. You can do both ways, and I'm impressed that she got that.
Oh God, I can't believe it. I've never heard anybody say MySQL, but there you go.
We were in our in our one of the trainings. That's why. That's why
he did say that. All right, there you go. So there you go. Tempest is smart, which is her favorite. She's better at MySQL than me. So there you go. That's the holy grail of it all. That's where all your database stuff goes. That's where when you forget your password. That's the when someone says there was a some kid. I'm gonna bring up something of race, but I'm not trying to bring up something of race, but it's a perfect example of back office. There was some kids that there were some young white kids. Well, there was some young white kids that dressed up in blackface and put on hoodies, and then spray painted across. You can look this news. Spray painted across the school a bunch of white racial slurs, racial slurs against white people. A bunch of racial slurs against white people, and they did it as black people. And then, of course, when the police came, it was a big hoopla because these black people, and then these kids forgot to turn off their Wi-Fi. They were students of the school. So when they got to campus, the school Wi-Fi picked them up, and that is SQL.
Oh, snap.
So that's how they got found, because that back office stuff says, oh, you logged in at this time, right? You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that we're talking about. So just didn't mean a real race, but it's just a good example of what we're talking about. Bootstrap.
Something in this space.
Yes.
So I don't know if you all remember the situation that was happening at the White House with the people getting in there and doing what they did.
It'll never be forgotten.
Breaking up the White House. But so much was going on. At the same time, they were protesting for some of the people that had been killed by the police. One of those people was, oh my God, I can't remember her name, but the woman that was on the police force, and they broke in her house and killed her. But along with some other people that had been killed by the police. But during this time, Portia from the Housewives of Atlanta, she was doing a protest. During that time, during the protest, there were a group of people that was doing the same thing what you just
the Wi-Fi was connecting. All right, if y'all gonna do something stupid, turn off your Wi-Fi.
Fuming it, and they put it on the net, and somebody addressed them and said, "Why would you come down here? And this is a peaceful protest." You're trying to say that Black people, that's what you're writing up there.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, they do all that. I completely understand. It was a lot of people that actually died after that thing, but we'll leave that alone right now for this conversation. Point is that back office collects all this stuff. You get what I'm saying? Collects all this stuff. Bootstrap is mobile responsive. It is the difference when the reason why you can read Mexit News from your cell phone, your tablet, or your computer is because those are three different screen sizes and three different breaks in screen. And every time it breaks those pixels, it responds and truncates everything down to you. That's Bootstrap to make your things responsible. WordPress API means to make apps communicate with each other. And of course, y'all already learned how to do mobile apps. All that happens today. And yes, and probably all the way till next Wednesday. By next Wednesday, you all should be extremely proficient in building and coding websites from scratch, including mobile apps and etc. And it's even built in to where you can take your own. Tempest and I are even going to teach you how to make $10,000 on the side just from doing this. I hope y'all don't mind. A quick $10,000. Is that okay? You okay with that, Frida?
I don't mind at all. I look forward to it.
This is my idea, my process, my aggression of getting 8 months ahead, because I'm thinking more like the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, all of you won't get this example, but the Golden State Warriors have had a dynasty. Look like they're on their way back, at least to achieving said dynasty now that Klay Thompson is back. But they didn't trade for this dynasty. Like, even with Kevin Durant, who was traded for, they still won a championship without Kevin Durant, and then went 73-9 without Kevin Durant. So they were homegrown. They were drafted, and the Warriors system just makes Steph Curry's, Klay Thompson's, and Draymond Green's. Those are three future Hall of Famers. Well, today, Frida is Kevin Durant.
All right.
Molly is Steph Curry. Grace is Klay Thompson. We're home growing Hall of Fame programming talent. Everybody else
We balling, baby.
All right. Because my goal is to this isn't too hard to figure out. It'd be like Mark Zuckerberg in this case right here, to have hackathons to where we just sit around inventing new things inside of ATS. Oh yeah, I'm way, way, way ahead. So please know that is going to happen. And then you have the Queens, Tempest and Deanna, with all their skill sets on top of these new skill sets that they are getting. While Tempest is a genius at many things, she knows just enough code to charge six figures.
That's it.
She's not trying to invent that to change the world. You know what I'm saying? She just knows enough code to charge six figures. In my case, I want to know everything. I don't even like the visual side of words, any site, because I lose power, and there's nothing about me that likes losing power. So I'm not even sure why you do it. But what are the next 4 things that we're doing ASAP? I shall write them down for you right now. ASAP, I said this 2 weeks ago, and I have addressed every issue. If you know how to make an app and you learned it in the last 7 days, would you unmute your mic and say something?
Something.
Whoop.
Something.
So 2 weeks ago, I came on here and said we got 4 major areas to address, Arshia: app making, API, cloud, and blockchain. Do you understand? Real talk. That's what I was doing. And we would attack it, didn't we? If you know more about cloud and are getting ready to test into a certification of a cloud everything that is owned by Microsoft, would you make some noise?
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Whoop.
In 2 weeks, I did what I said I was going to do, Margie. And I took some folk with me. So in 2 weeks, they learn how to make apps, and they learn how to do cloud. In about 3 more weeks, we'll move on to Amazon cloud service. And then sometime in June, July, sometime in June, July, I'll start building our own cloud service. Now, I'm telling you that because all that work starts today. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that I'm getting ready to build the foundation of ATS Cloud by slowing down and teaching these ladies what I know.
Selfless.
Well, I guess it is selfless, but it's also strategic too. It is easier.
That is awesome.
I guess
That
it
is
is selfless.
awesome.
It's easy to push a boulder up a hill with 5 other people. You understand? And then try to do it by yourself. Try to do it by yourself. And it's simple because this sugar last shot.
Okay.
Because Phil and Susan deserve it all. You know what I'm saying? So what you're looking at is the foundation of me taking care of these people doing these things. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're looking at. You're looking at this foundation of me saying, Sugar, go pick that one over there. Whatever that means. It could be a house, it could be a car. I don't know which one yet. Sugar, go pick that one. You go pick that one right over there. And whatever that is, she gonna say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. There you go. Whatever it is, it's gonna be a dream come true. That's for sure. So that's what we're gonna do today. But I'm not finished yet. Stradivarius is him, her. I know he'd be in class. He was okay. I didn't even know there was a Buddha, Texas. I sure hope this child gets found, as everybody's phone is going off right now. All our phones are going off for Amber Alert. So there you have it. Are there any questions right now before I move forward and faster? Do these class? They're not necessarily classes. These are people who want to be programmers, and I have chosen them well. And to be honest with you, Lob, that's probably the thing. I'm going back and forth with you between programmer or entertainer. I haven't figured out which one yet for you when you come to Texas. But there you go. It could be both and. Both and, right?
Antonio?
Yes, sir.
Completely off the subject. I was watching the Stephen Colbert show last night, and Deanna Warwick was on, and she reminded me of Dr. Sugar Trash.
Yeah.
So it was really fun to watch her. She was just having fun, and I don't know if you know Diana Warwick. She's like been around forever. They showed her with Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis. They showed a picture of her with Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis. But she was so much fun last night, and she reminded me of Dr. Sugar Trash. Just thought I'd add that to our enjoyment this morning.
Yeah, because she sure is, and I'm sure anybody who buys your sugar has to be too funny. Has to be too funny for sure.
Thank you, Mr. Phil. That was a nice compliment.
Oh yeah, that is a compliment for sure. That is I didn't know it was Whitney Houston's cousin. Now I want to talk about real quick. I said I was going to talk about it last week, and I said I was going to talk about it 2 weeks ago, but I've been just stewing on them. I didn't want to say anything just yet. I didn't want to. Of course, Arshia didn't follow rules because she doesn't follow rules at all. I just don't. I guess there's a time to follow rules and there's a time not to. I don't understand.
It has to be that one that goes before the people.
It doesn't always have to be the one that goes before the people. It doesn't always. But I'm talking about the core values I had y'all write down 2 weeks ago. I have been reading them. I thought I was going to be able to do it the next day, but all of y'all wrote with the light. And it's some serious stuff here. And I didn't want to rush it. Yeah, I didn't want to rush it. So I'm going to come back to this. I've got it. Phil followed instructions, of course. Margie did. I've got it. I'm missing though. Tempest, Deanna. I meant to tell you that I'm missing y'all. I have no idea why I must. If it's a mistake, it's not my fault. All y'all need to pay attention to what I'm about to say. All communication errors on the mistake of the leader. All. If somebody didn't understand what you said or didn't do what you said, that's the leader's fault. All communication mistakes and errors are on the leader. And since none of y'all did it, it means I didn't communicate well, because that's just too many people not to do it. Right? That's just too many people. Okay. It was a Tempest, Deanna, Grace, and Shannon. It's 4. Y'all couldn't have messed up 400%. You know what I'm saying? So it had to be on me. But if you could go back, I don't see Damali's. So I want y'all to give me core. I just need your top 5 core values of, it's a blend now, of yourself and what you want this company to look like. But it does need to come from yourself though. Like you can't have a core, you can't tell me something that's not in you.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And you most certainly, I'm going to completely run over stuff you don't practice yourself. I'm going to completely run over that. That's not a core. It's not a core value if you don't practice it.
Mhm.
It's not a core value. It's a core desire, but it's not a core value. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to practice it. Like we are one. That is for sure. Me and Phil, no doubt. It's why I could listen to hip hop or country. We won. I want to hear all of it. That's why I have as many Muslim friends as I do Christian friends. You know what I'm saying? It defines that core belief, lets me listen to somebody gonna cuss every other word and listen to somebody who doesn't. Because I don't hear the cuss words. Because we won. I just hear you communicate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not offended. I'm not offended because you're doing something I don't like. There is nothing I don't like because that's a core value for me. I practice it. Yes, Arshia gave an essay and then an acronym for a whole name, for God's sake. I don't even understand. But anyway, I got it. I got it. I'm kind of teasing you. But we'll go here with that for sure. Go ahead there for sure. But I got them very good. They were deep though, and they need more time. And I need y'all to send them back to me, but they need more time. I need to figure out a way to put them all in there. So there we go. Need more time. Yes, sir.
You just said something that really hit me. You were talking about you got Muslim friends, you got Christian friends, you know, some cuss, some don't.
Don't bother me.
How can you get over? You got a friend that
I already got the answer your question, and Deanna and Tempest hated every time I say it, but keep going.
You got a friend that real close, I mean heart close, and things happened in their life and they switched. And when I can't see him now face to face, but when I see him on camera, I see things that I know they didn't do. And it hurts me to see that they're doing it now.
Oh, now I got 2 answers for you.
So how can I still love them because they always will be here. I still love them. I still associate with them, but I tell them, don't do that in front of me. Because it's not that I'm so holier than thou. Don't get it twisted. It's not holier than thou, but I'm not used to seeing you doing this. I'm not used to seeing you. I'm not used to hearing you say things. So help me out.
Okay, no, I got you. First, I got a question for you, but first off, let me applaud you for even asking the question. Thank you so much. I wish more of these people out here would ask this question because you genuinely trying to get better and they not. You understand? So I do
Antonio,
appreciate you. Yes, sir.
My answer would be just as they have the free will to do what they have to do, Prophet Jerry has the free will to ask them not to do it in front of him.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I can't, ain't nothing I can say about that, right? So I'm glad you started off with that. For sure. I have it kind of eliminates my question, but I'm still going to ask a version of my question now for you, Prophet Jerry. Are they hurting themselves? Not your idea. Well,
no, they're not.
All right, then. So I want to know as little as possible so I can give you a direct line so you know it's real, right? Okay. If they not hurting themselves, then your preference is showing up. And as Phil said, that's okay. You got the free will to have your preference. They got free will to have their preference. You know what I'm saying? If they violate your preference, shouldn't bother you. If they respect that they shouldn't violate your preference, shouldn't bother you. If someone is going to keep violating your preference without respect to you, it doesn't have to bother you. You just need to limit your time putting yourself in that situation. You understand what I'm saying? But that's I start at the end because that was the easy part. This is what Tempest and Dion, with the old Tempest and Dion used to hate when I said it every time. They don't have this problem. It's been a while since this has come back up. You think you better than them. It just is what it is. And you look at them laughing. You think you better. And everybody do the same thing. No, I don't. Because y'all have different versions of think I'm better than them. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you what it really is. I would never do that. And as soon as you say that, I would never do that. That is you thinking you're better than that person, whether you want to admit that or not. You understand what I'm saying? It was even in your dialogue when you were talking. I immediately heard it. You was like, and they doing this, and I still like them. Look at what you. I still like them, even though I'm better than them. I'm still like them, even though, and you don't mean this maliciously. But if we are one, I can't be better than nobody. You feel me? That's 100%. I may be, and this is why I'm very leery of, we use words because we just got words. And we try to take source into whatever language we're using. And sometimes we use lower level of awareness or limiting words because that's what words do. Words force feels knowledge into a 7-letter vibration. And sometimes we can use our own words because of that. That happens.
Well, they're here. I hear them. I see them.
Okay, so all right. So hold on real quick. Hold on. Because I was getting it. I got a friend that has a gift similar to you. And I had to remind people around here, just because you got a gift, don't mean that gift always right. I've had to tell all the names up in here. I've had to tell plenty of people this in here right now. Just because you have a dream or vision does not mean that that's right. I'm not telling you. Now, if you want to think every time your gift go off, it's 100% correct, sugar, go ahead. But what you're missing is that person has the ability to change. They could have woke up, changed, completely making whatever you vision irrelevant. Your vision is not stronger than that person. It is not more reliable than that person. Your vision is not God. Your gift is not God. That person is. Can I get a witness? Do you understand? And that's real talk. So you can't, Like when sugar was out there, you understand? And everybody had a vision about her and was right about her until the Lord, her God, turned her page.
Watch yourself, sir.
One page turned, and every vision, every prophecy about sugar was wrong.
Wow.
I'm just saying. Hold on. Unmute yourself, sugar. I muted you back. I was trying to help you unmute.
And a lot of them did say, well, now that you're not out here with us, you think you're better. Now you got that God in you. Now you're this and now you're that. But as time went on, when they did see me, they asked for prayer. When they did see me, they wanted to go to treatment center. As they saw that I wasn't playing, because I didn't have another chance, y'all. You have to understand, I could not relapse. I did not relapse. My birthday is next month, and I'll be celebrating 25 years of sobriety with no relapse, no turning back, because I had to come to the realization I did not want to die. All I really wanted to do was to get out of the pain. And after 5 suicide attempts, I had to tell God, okay, you win. I'm even a failure at suicide, so you must have me for a reason. Do I have some mental relapses? Yes, I do. But every year, every month, every day, it's less and less and less. So no suicidal thoughts anymore. No relapsing anymore. So you have to understand that page can be turned just like that. Somebody said, you go out today, right there in Galveston at Our Daily Bread. They said, you go out today, Sugar. I didn't even know she knew my real name. She said, you go out today, Sheila, you're going to die. That weekend in Galveston, 1997, 3 people's heart burst because the crack cocaine they smoked had rat poison in it. And I would have purchased that same dope along with my brother. So anyway, thanks for listening.
No, thank you. Thank you for speaking. Thank you for speaking. Thank you. Let me. I'm throwing the meeting out. That all that business stuff is gone. It don't need to come back, Jerome. You understand? You don't need to come back. That go. I just need you to get. I'm so grateful for him. Just because you have a gift, that's the second thing that was going on when he was talking. Does not mean because he sees them, and then sees what they can be. And then every now and then, see what they did, and they not admit. You can't do all that. You're not allowed to do that because Jesus, I'm talking to you in your religion, ain't seeing all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
Because that's not, no. Because what Jesus is seeing is the wellness, not all that sickness that you have a preference to be out your life. I'm not, keep your preference. Everybody listen to me. You feel this right, and I would have told you the same thing. You have a right not to want stuff in your reality. You know what I'm saying? And that is just fine. But to be offended by stuff in your reality is no longer fine. If you don't want it in your reality, declare what it is. That's it. If I don't respect that about you, I don't belong to your reality. I will fade away until I come back up to your preference. And some of y'all need to treat some of y'all family members like that.
And that's the thing, because I have a sister in the same situation. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And they calling for prayer, but why don't you pray? You know, now I do pray, but well, you mean to tell me God don't hear you? You see what I'm saying?
We taught that. No, I see exactly what you're saying, and we taught that for sure. So let's go back to the original intent of your question.
Right.
Sometimes you got to limit your interaction with people. You do. But the way you were asking your question, it doesn't sound like you want to limit your interaction with this person. It sounds like you want them to change.
No, I don't want them to. Well,
good. Well, okay. Because
I don't want them to change. I just see.
Do you want them to stop doing that?
No, I just see potential.
Okay. So now what you?
I'm sorry. Can I? Can I? Oh God. Yeah, your meeting that you were having started this. I want you to know that. But the meeting started it because you put everyone in a different place and then you made us speed up. So then now what he's looking at is maybe even the speeding up. But then if I'm speeding up and he's about to speed up, he's thinking about the other people he's about to leave behind in his speed up.
That's fair.
So now he's looking at it and he's like, well, it's, this is for all of us because this is, we might have started in this thing or whatever, So all I wanted to say is even in your conversation, brother Jerry, you need to check yourself. Because however and whatever is going on and how you are feeling about them, you are having your conversation sound in a manner of that is exactly what you want them to do. You want them to change. So you've never thought about your change because you are the better and they need to be somewhere else to get where they need to be so that they can fix it. You understand?
That's
not
all.
saying
Everything
all the way
she's saying
true,
is facts. Everything she's saying is facts.
but the way that you're sounding, so really the checking is within you, bro. And then you'll be able to see them like Christ sees you.
Right.
When you don't add up to when we don't all meet the mark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, everything she's saying is true. No doubt. It's right on point. Right on point. I couldn't have said it no better. However, just know however here. This isn't meant to be he is not trying to be malicious.
And I know he's not.
You
And that's why I did something. Because at first I wasn't going to say it, but then I said, no, bro.
It's one of those things in the blind spots when you mean better and then you see better. How do I coach these people to better? You get what I'm saying? That is, how do I? Because you're not doing it. Nobody's doing anything wrong. He's not doing it wrong. They're not doing it wrong. That's the hard part to accept, though, right? That's that law of allowance stuff. There's nothing bad happening here, and there's no malicious intent. And I promise you, everything he's saying, y'all got the same thing going on. And a lot of you mothers is doing it to your kids. So you might as well just go ahead and keep it all the way real. That's all right, though. You won't, but just, what I'm saying, everybody can't be Prophet Jerry.
Okay, right there in that space.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And that's so true. I'm a product of a kid that, it's true. That's why I say it's like you're talking down on me, but you don't even know me. Like, so, and you don't mean to talk like that.
Right, you just know better because you're older.
Yeah.
You know better. You older. You brought him into this world. You brought her into this world. So it is your job to know more. No, you don't know Phil's walk just because you gave birth to Phil. If you knew Phil's walk, you would have his consciousness. But since you do not, you're not allowed to live his expression or dictate his expression of himself. You're just not. It doesn't matter if they're my grandbabies, talking to Sandra, right? That's their expression of themselves. And they will, and this is where y'all make me so frustrated about this part here. Y'all ain't got no faith in God, okay? I'm just telling you what it is. I'm just punching the throat right now because everybody finds God.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Y'all just like do it now before you lose yourself. Listen, man. Listen. Everybody is going to ascend. Everybody gonna get back on the right track. And ain't nobody got off track. They took a road that you think is longer or may even actually be longer. It's their road. It's their fastest way to get to the understanding of perfection for them. For Deanna, she had to do Cozy Corner by herself. For Tempest, she had to stop being CEO and be the CEO of her own life.
Wow.
And then change careers in her mid-30s or early 30s. Then come back and be CEO partnered with the company she started. That is a long road. I would never take it. It seems exhausting. It sped her up a whole lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Just like Tempest could look back over every decision I made and be like, I wouldn't have did that. And let me tell you something. Every time you look at what I would have did or I look at what you did, I'm always going to say, I wouldn't have did that, Arshia, because I'm not you. I'm never going to think I would have did what you did. You know what I'm saying? But in all honesty, this person, you need to let me bring up your Bible because I want to explain to you about I need you to be more of a woman in this case, Prophet Jerry. Your Bible in 1 Peter chapter 3 tells a woman for 6 verses how to influence her man.
Mm-hmm.
Silently.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me flip this around on you men. With your beauty, you will change her. You will change this person. Your presence would be a catalyst to change this person. Not your words, but your behavior. Stay silent and be obedient to the person that you are struggling to get along with or see the potential into. And through your silent beauty, Prophet Jerry, they will see you and change. Do you mind if I flip that male verse around on you men for a moment? Because it goes both ways. Do you understand? Let me give you a real story. This is a real story, happened in my church years ago. A lady was trying to get her husband to come to church. And her husband was like Antonio. I'm not going to hit that mother. I run this guy house. Out of here. Come on, now. Don't fool me now. I need some real men. Don't bring him back in this house. You understand? All right, you understand that. I'm the pastor of this house. When you come back here and tell me what pastor said, Pastor paying these bills? Y'all don't want to play with me. That's all right though. But he acted like Antonio. You understand what I'm saying, Tanya Harper? He acted like me. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. And here you go. And she complained. He'd sit there and watch football. And so she came to me and I say, you know what you need to do? What you need to do is, I said, so you got 2 options. I could tell you what to do, or I could speed you up. I know how I am. Which road you want, because speeding you up is going to be harder. You're not going to like it. And you're going to hate everything about it. And you're not allowed to say nothing, complain, or correct.
You sure?
And she chose speed me up. Y'all crazy as hell. So I said, when he wake up in the morning, what I want you to do is I want you to miss church. I want you to be late from now on. I want you to put your husband first. Because I ain't your husband and God ain't your husband. It's still every day. I'm not traditional. And then I told her, I say, look, since you don't like that he drink beer and watch the game, when it come on at 12, 11 or whatever, right? Then what I want you to do, I want you to sit down with him and drink with him. I want you to prepare his beer. From now on, I want you to participate with him since he won't participate with you. I swear to God. I want you to drink beer with him. I want you to make sure he got ice. I want you to sit down.
Wow.
I want you to sit down. I want you to enjoy the game with him. And if you don't come to church, I just know I want you to have church at home with him. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't see her for three months because we by the time we got off, it was off. This was she came back and confessed to the whole church and he stood up. I swear to God this happened. He said it was at a conference. It was at a Beyond conference, Tempest. And this what happened. He said, he got up and he said, y'all, I couldn't stand my wife drinking beer with me. She used to get up and get dressed and go out. And looking at her drink beer with me on a Sunday morning, at first I liked it. I felt powerful. Then I felt like she loved me, and she did. But the more she participated without complaining, the worse I felt. Did y'all hear that?
Look at God.
Yeah, hear it? Because he understood he was bringing his wife down because she ain't do that stuff. She didn't mind him doing that stuff because he's a man. That's what he liked. But she didn't do that stuff. You understand? And after 2 months in, that conviction started getting them, Jerome. And I'm lowering my wife. Now she not at church. She loved church.
Uh-oh.
You understand what I'm saying? All right, Prophet Jay, I'm telling you the same thing. You want to change this person? I don't know what they're doing. I don't want you to like participate in crack cocaine or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're doing. But I do want you to recognize that she changed this person. She forced, because you can't force the seed to come out the ground.
Right.
But you can force somebody or influence somebody, I should say, to water the seed. And you do that without saying the word. It's that famous saying, I wish you go forth and preach the gospel. And if so, use it. If you have to, use words.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you use words. Wow. I remember Arshia, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Arshia used to text me visions and this and that. And I'd be like, Arshia, your gift is not perfect, right? While everything's perfect, nothing's perfect. You understand what I'm saying? And I used to, so then I just stopped responding. And she'll message me. I wouldn't respond for a week and a half. Am I lying, Arshia? Am I lying? Look,
tell the truth.
I wouldn't be 2 weeks in. Why you not responding? Because I can't vibrate at that frequency, right? And then what I would do is I'd send her a clip, something on YouTube that's addressed because she ain't listening to me. So take this Abraham Hicks or something. You understand what I'm saying? And then here's the deal, and she would watch him. So I knew right then she was trying to change. She's as stubborn as hell.
And see, when I stopped trying to match him, right? When you stop trying to match other people, because I know he's a challenge. I like a challenge too. You know, I don't back down. But I was like, let me learn what I'm trying to learn from this. You know, go ahead.
Yes, that stuff Shannon was talking about. She just trying to correct me. All that stuff like that. Listen. And so what I did with Arshia, I just silently existed. And with my behavior, she had to fall away or jump up. It ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing to do with me. Some of y'all right now are taking care of people you can't stand.
Ooh.
There I go again. There I go again.
You're dipping.
There I go again. You're meddling again. Yeah, I'd have been had it.
You're double dipping.
Yeah, waiting for you meddling kids, Scooby-Doo and them. Yeah, I take care of somebody right now you can't stand. In a relationship, you can't stand. In friendships, you can't stand. At a job, you can't stand. And I am going, since you ain't going to listen to me, I know exactly who to put you on. Let's see. I know exactly who to put you on, but you ain't going to listen to me. You're not going to listen to me. So let's see if this is it right here. Because see, Grace, every now and then, you got to get somebody else to say something. Now listen to what this motor scooter say. Every time he talked, Phil, make me want to punch my opposition in the face or something. I mean, golly. Just always.
The sea turtles are born on land. The eggs are hatched and they are born on land and they are buried beneath the sand by the mother. The mother leaves after they gestate and they finally break out of the shell. The first thing, without any training, any background, any experience, or anybody to guide them, the first thing they do is turn to the water. Because instinctively they know that they were created to be in the water. What do you do instinctively? What is your sweet spot? And when you flow in it, it is natural to you. And a lot of us have been crammed into positions for which we have been trained, but we don't have the instinct. And if you don't have the instinct, you will not be as prosperous as you could be. And sometimes, conversely, if you have the instinct, you can hire the intellect. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. And we have been trained to know how to do something, but not the why of it. Not the why of it. The people who know the why hire the people who know the how. And so what I'm trying to do is train so that we can reproduce after our own kind, because you broke rules to be who you are. You broke rules to be who you were. And in the book, I talk about a lion raised in captivity.
Me. Shh. This is where you're going to pay. I will share this link, but thou better heareth this.
Has never been in the wild. All of his experiences have been in the cage. If all of his experiences have been in the cage, and that would be his natural habitat to him, then why do they lock the cage? They lock the cage because even though his experiences do not validate it, his instincts tell him there's something else out there. And the reason so many of us are frustrated today is that we are pacing around in the cage of a job or a life or a situation that has limited us. We may not have the background for it, we may not have the training for it, but our instincts tell us, I belong out there. I belong out there.
Oh, shoot.
All right, that doggone TD Jakes. They never said nothing they made me want to run through a wall. All right, never, ever. He's right. If a lion belonged in the zoo, why would we have to lock the cage? Some of y'all are in cages getting sick. Do you understand? Because your instincts, like Cindy say, I'm more than this. Prophet Jerry, bow tie on you now. What your instincts say? You can't put them in the cage and you can't be in the cage. You understand what I'm saying? This is a perfect spot to crescendo and exit.
Yes, sir. I hear you.
And there you go. Perfect. What you need to be doing is shooting me them classes for Assembly of Wanderers is what you need to be doing. Because your instincts say you ought to be faith-based speaking. And whenever in your life you don't faith-based speak, your body don't respond as well as it should to everything else around you. Help me, somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody tell you to muzzle your gift.
Wow.
Because you still in and a major part of. So don't you shut your mouth because you confused on your spot, your position, or just out of place. Because when you speak, you'll always find your place. Get them, Renee.
I need you to say that again so his spirit will catch what you just said. Go ahead and say it one more time.
I'll say it again and more stronger. Every time you speak, you ain't never confused. You're only confused when you're not sharing your faith.
Wow. That's deep.
Yes. Stop putting yourself in a cage, sir, and share your faith.
I need to be added to the group for live.
Okay, I thought you were. We'll take care of it today. We'll take it. Gianna says she's doing it right now. Oh, he was on a hiatus from social media. Okay. Oh, then his Facebook page get hacked too. Don't whatever. Deanna handling it right now, and you just go live whenever you feel like it. You have no henceforth until I change it. You ain't got no schedule.
Okay.
You just share your faith. You ain't got no time limit. You ain't got no, if you want to go 10 times, you share your faith.
Wow.
You understand?
I have another question. We talked privately, and I've been doing love and marriage, and I'm not getting no good response. How can I get a good response on that? I want to interview people like Mr. Phil and Susan, different people, and then different people that are married, and different people that are in love but they're not married. So how can I push that? Because it's like we're doing it, and I'm sharing it on Renee's page. She's sharing it on my page, but it's still not getting no bite. Because things I'm saying, I feel, but maybe they're not, but I feel that it's important about marriage and about love. So how can I push it? Or could I be an ATS TV fan and get on ATS?
Yeah, okay. All that is just fine with me. But I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
In this, and this is the only time I ask this question, concerning the marriage thing is you talking about, I remember you talking about it. Concerning this and this only, are you doing it for a good response? Or are you doing it because your soul won't let you not do it?
My soul.
Well, then don't worry about the response.
And me, even in my sleep, even in my meditation, is being pushed that there's a word that needs to be talked about in marriage.
Well, then don't worry about the response, because the response is coming.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, sir.
Prophet Jerry, don't do to your marriage thing what you were doing with your friend. Let it flow.
Wow.
Because if this be of man, it shall come to naught. But if this be of God, no man can stop it.
Wow.
Don't force it, Jerry. God has given you too many gifts. You got too much. And Renee knows this. You got too much to force it. Let it flow, brother. Let it flow. Because you got the goods. You got the goods. That's all I'm gonna say.
Preach, Jerome.
You heard the good dink. You understand that I'm trying to let me tell you. I'm talking to all y'all now. He just got his word. Let me wrench around, Richard. Your invitation's been sent to go live. Let me holler it on y'all, okay? Let's go back to this cage. Prophet Jerry's about to put himself right back in that cage. Didn't even know it. I'm not telling you, there are plenty of things Antonio does for a good response. This morning meeting is not one of them. It's not. I do plenty. Half the stuff I do is for a good response. The other half of stuff I do, because my soul won't let me not do it. To be honest, there's nothing about this morning meeting that actually benefits me. I don't mean this in a bad way. It's just inconvenient. It's in my way. If I had my option, it'd be 7 minutes. I had a meeting with this morning with Margie. It was 3.5, 4 minutes. I'm just telling you what it is, right? I'm just telling you, right? And it was packed full of information. But I can't let this meeting go because my soul is tied to it.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. We're going to see the king. Because you did try. It was good too.
I did. I had it written
wasn't
down
gonna
and
say
everything.
nothing.
I had it written down and
Congratulations,
everything.
Tempest. Congratulations, Tempest, on everything. I said I wasn't gonna respond because I wanted to hear where you were gonna go. But they did it anyway. So way to go, ATS. Let's go, family. I'm still in the business, baby.
You're right.
With it. Go with
100%.
it.
No, you're
I
right.
love it.
100%. Because this meeting, when I die, people are going to remember this meeting. They're going to remember that I gave everything I had. I listened.
And we love you for doing that. And we do hear you. And we did hear the beginning. So like when we hear the meeting again, we will hear that part of it and we will know. And then we'll be able to assess where we broke off.
Yeah.
Because that's where we need to focus. Because in order to do what you're saying, this speed ahead, it's got to be ready to be sped.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, bro. And it was good. But I'm glad that you follow the unction of what really nudges you at night.
Yeah.
And that's what's important. That's
it
what
is
makes
important.
You good. That's what makes you great, man.
Yeah. I was just going to say, whenever I don't do that, I hurt tremendously. And when I don't do what I was meant to do, the pain that causes is excruciating. It's excruciating. I don't like that feeling. And I don't like getting comfortable with pain. I'm not the kind of person that can get cancer and get comfortable with it. There's nothing about me like that. I don't have it in me. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I know that's right.
I'm getting on the doctor's nerves. I'm getting on Deanna's nerves. Tempest lighting incense, and I don't know what the hell. Somebody is fixing this now. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have anything in me to just get comfortable. I don't get comfortable with success. I don't get comfortable with failure. I'm at my best when the wall is against my back. It's just, I like it. I get very bored when we win. As soon as I take ATS to a peacetime company, I'm leaving. Phil and Tempest in charge. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving. I will get bored. I'm not going to be qualified no more. I'm not
I'm
going
in
to
the meetings with me and Phil.
See, that's it, right? Yeah, it's going to be. I have no idea how to not enjoy broken things. I enjoy the broken things in this world because that's my job. No different than your Jesus enjoyed Gray. See, y'all love, you bring up Jesus and you always think about the white of things, the pure snow. No, Jesus put black and white together and made gray. All the stuff that y'all don't like is what Jesus did, implemented. Jesus implemented a bunch of, well, technically we could go ahead and like seriously, almost everything. Sabbath, well, you know what I'm saying. We can go ahead and it doesn't matter what it is. No, you don't understand. She got caught in adultery. Well, his whole ministry is a ministry of let's not be so technical here no more. And I just vibrate at that frequency. You know what I'm saying? Just vibrate at the frequency in which forget all, I don't like rules and I don't want them abandoned either. I don't want anarchy and I don't want to follow rules. So what rule can we bend or just abolish to let everybody come with me? Does it make sense to take Frida, 57 years old, slow down and teach her? She don't even know how to use a computer. And now she's learning 7 different programming languages. But it don't make sense. But Jesus would do it.
Okay.
Thank you, Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna say somebody missing my point there, right? Real talk. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So let's just wrap this up. We are one. Everything is perfect. I want to keep you with that same energy of TD Jakes. I want to keep you with that same energy of TD Jakes. I do. And I took the liberty. I took the liberty of bringing up something else while y'all were here. And I want to play it. It's just a little snow in the background, but I want you to hear what he's finished saying. And then that's where I'm going to end at. I used to work out to this.
The Bible says it is with the mind that we serve the Lord. It is with the mind that we serve the Lord. The mind is the battleground. It is the place where the greatest conflict is. There are more people in this room having trouble in their mind than there are people having trouble in their finances. The struggle is in your mind. This is why we have people who go to bed tired and wake up tired. Slept 8 hours and you wake up still tired.
Talk so.
The reason you wake up tired is that you got sleep, but you didn't get rest. Your mind has been in turmoil all night long. You've been wrestling in your sleep. Have you ever woke up and your bed was wet? The bed is all tore up just like you've been in a fight because your mind has not rested. Your body went to sleep, but your mind is still caught up in a warfare. Your mind is the battleground. Touch somebody and tell them the enemy's after your mind.
All right, that's why I want to end. I took the liberty. Every time this man talked, I'm telling you, every time this man talks, something happened. you get sleep, but you ain't getting no rest. It's safe to say everybody in here know what he mean by that. Ain't no sense in us acting like we too holy not to understand the little 1 minute he just talked. 6 months I want you to take in this year to use your mind to dedicate your entire life to your dreams. It has come back up again. Came up Wednesday, coming back up Friday. 6 months. Because, Antonio, when I do that, that means I'm talking to y'all. Because, Antonio, the battle is in your mind. Because Sister Booker heard me say take 6 months, and then her mind said, well, Antonio heard you say 6 months, got excited, and soon as the call, how many of y'all know what I'm talking about? Soon as we end the call, the energy of change ends with you. Oh, y'all don't want to fool me. Shannon taught me something so important. Our first year leadership class, she was changing. This is 2014, 15, changing. I said, Shannon, what happened to all that change? She said, when the leadership class ended, my growth ended. Because we didn't get back together until 2 months later. I stopped growing when we start meeting together. And some of y'all, every morning when we disconnect, you disconnect from your dreams. Help me, somebody.
Wow.
You hear what I'm saying? Every morning you disconnect from your dreams. Why? Because the battle is in your mind. Because you can't keep your mind concentrated on positive energy unless you in a mastermind group like this. But as soon as you by yourself, you can't keep this up. So guess what? For the next 6 months, don't be by yourself. How about that? How about that? You know what I'm saying? If you know you can't do this by yourself, ain't no sense in me, Sister Booker, and telling them use the next 6 months to concentrate on yourself. Because if you ain't did it in 40 years, you ain't finna do it in 6 months. So you might as well do whatever works for you for the next 6 months and concentrate only on your dreams. And stop being a lion in the cage. Here's what's about to happen, y'all. As soon as we disconnect, somebody's going to ask you to do something that ain't worthy of your dreams. I want you to differentiate the difference between what's not worthy of you versus what's not worthy of your desires and your dreams. Those are two different things. Because somebody's going to ask you something, Talisha. Somebody's going to say, can you do this for me? And it will be worthy of you. But it won't be worthy of your dreams. And I don't know what Tanya Hopper doing and what she on the way to doing. But if it ain't dream related, she shouldn't be doing it. If you just genuinely, honestly, 100%, if you go shopping for food and it don't work out for you, like if going to, I don't go to Walmart. I told you I ain't caught COVID yet, but there's no reason to. Top 1%. I don't go to what COVID is. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just saying I don't go where COVID is. But think about this for a second. I don't take my clothes to the cleaners. I don't go to the store. Guess what you got? You got the little grocery mart app or whatever it is. If going to Walmart for 2 hours ain't yes to your dreams, you better get your butt online. Have that food come to you. Somebody missing it. It's time to change your life around. Now, if you're going to go to Walmart, put on your Audible app, and that's a good time for you to read the book you wouldn't have read at home, by all means, go to Walmart. You hear me? But if you ain't working while shopping, I'm telling you, God is telling you through me, stop shopping. Because all you doing is putting your economy in Wally World. They good. Time for you to get good. They start off one store in Georgia. Or Arkansas. Not Georgia, Arkansas. One store in Arkansas. Look at them now. I conclude you all with this. You got 6 months. And the battle's in your mind. This call's going to disconnect. Can you keep this same energy? Can you fight this same fight? Are you willing to pump out 5 blogs today, Renee? I have no idea what Phil and Susan do, but I know they're going to do it. I don't know what they do, though. They're going to do it, though. They're going to do it. I promise you, Phil and Susan are now waiting to Monday to be ready for Monday. They got they know the next book coming out for Let's Study a Book. He already mentioned one of them might be the 48 Laws of Power cheat sheet. So he's 6 months ahead. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about this for a second. The battle's in your mind. 6 months. It would please me so well, 6 months from now, for all of us to have a lot of everything. Every community has exactly what it needs if that community would give 10% to itself and the 100% effort and multiplying that 10%. Sister Booker Church got 4,000 members. Sound like she ought to have 4,000 customers too. Not church members, but just extra 4,000 customers. Why not? She goes somewhere every Sunday, they did it. Sure. So it's clearly in her reality. It's clearly possible. You understand? 6 months. I don't know what to name the challenge. I don't even know what to do. I'm just telling you that Prophet Jerry ought to be walking in 6 months. He keeps saying he want to walk. I'm not putting that goal on him. He's saying it. He ought to be on stage selling one of his books, standing up. Y'all hear me? Jerome need a whole 6-book series out in 6 months. Jerome write the next Harry Potter series. Cindy fully retired with the same money she make right now. Just is what it is. Law be in Texas. Phil and Susan be buying another house. Well, renting out, buying to rent out another house. They don't want no more bills. Buying to rent out. Somebody else gonna pay for it. You understand? Somebody else gonna pay for it. Dr. Sugar gonna have 3 cars. Pay off where she live at. Grace gonna pay her whole rent 12 times in 1 month. Here's a year. Tempest is going to be world famous for cybersecurity. Dolores going to turn her magazine company to a media empire. Margie is going to corner the market for NFTs and crypto. We all going to have it. And ain't nobody going to do better than Adrian. Nobody. Adrian will come out this thing 6 months later with 3 different companies. Book, program, and something in between that. Y'all all can do it. 6 months is what you got. Use today intentionally to get 8 months ahead. You ain't got to know how, just intend it. Just intend it. Just intend it. Cindy said she retires August 1st. Just intend it. I love you all.
Mr. Antonio.
Yes, ma'am.
Just real quickly, I think this group, this ATS family, should all write down Romans 4:17, and we're all going to stand as intercessors on Prophet Jerry's behalf. And we're going to speak those things that are not as though they were in order for them to be. So within 6 months, that's going to be our claim because we're touching and agreeing and standing as intercessors on his behalf.
Well, look at that. As it is written, I have made you a father of many nations, and the presence of God whom you believe, who gives life to the dead and calls into existence the things that do not exist. Yes, ma'am. I stand and agree. I stand and agree on Prophet Jerry's behalf. Anybody else with us stand in agreement with Prophet Jerry?
Amen.
Absolutely.
There you go. So now you got your whole community. We all gonna walk out this thing together. He relearns how to walk, and y'all learn how to walk into prosperity. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you, everybody. We will see you Monday for the stuff to Phil and Susan do that is epically epic. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. And we're going to start this programming in about 17 minutes. All right, everybody. Love you.
Love you more. Stay dominating, fam.
Oh,